I'm recording this video for anybody, but like the homies who are working to release music and figure out how to get streams. I'm basically going to walk you through exactly what I did to get my song AWOL to 100K plus streams in the last 9 months. Basically, on Spotify exclusively to try to like push to different playlists that I went out and seeked and try to find different playlisters who would first of all had playlists that fit my music, specific to the exact song, not an album, but like that specific song. And then I'll walk you through the process of like how I found the playlist, how I reached out to the playlist owners, and whether or not I paid them or like got it done for free. I'll kind of walk you through some of that process and hopefully to help whoever's watching this figure out how to get your song on to playlists and start getting streams. First and foremost, you gotta have a good song. It can't just be a song that you think is good. It needs to be a song that objectively other people think is good, and really more than anything, it just needs to be mixed and mastered well and sound good through speakers, through headphones, laptop speakers, etc. And once you're sure you got a powerful song or a song that will sound good next to other well mixed music, then the next step is just to find where that music lives and where are people listening to that music, and then who is in charge of the playlist that music is on. So for AWOL, it's really like an indie pop song. It was, a little bit of a mix between hip hop and indie pop, but as much as it, like, a lot of artists that make hip hop or rap in certain parts of their songs or get pushed into the rap category, I really felt strongly that this song was indie pop. And there's a lot more to do with why that is, but I'll walk you through some of that. One of the first things you need to know is like, what are the real genres that exist? This website, everynoise.com, is great to just explore what you think your sound is and what your sound really is. And the other good part about that is it helps you really figure out real niches within the genre that you fit into, which will help you get more strategic and be more pinpoint with the playlists that you get on. And you'll notice people respond much better to your song when it's on these really specific playlists. So this website is really cool because it lets you do things like click on this. This is synth pop. You can't hear it because it's playing in my headphones, but it's playing a song that's you would consider synth pop. You can click into that and you see a bunch of artists who are considered synth pop. If you want to click on their names, let's say Blondie, super famous, I think Swedish artist, you can see that they fall into other categories. And then you can click into these other categories and figure out which of these categories you best fit into. So like new wave pop, for instance, can click into that and then see what other artists are in new wave pop. More specifically, once you listen to some of these artists, you can get a specific song and you go to Chartmetric and type that song in. So the song that was the most similar to my song that I thought was the most similar to my song is called Show Me How by Men I Trust. And so what I did is I went to Men I Trust page on Chartmetric. I went to the specific song, Show Me How. And then what I was able to see on here, if my computer would load, I think it goes slower whenever I'm screen recording. Is what playlist it's on. So these are the rankings. So on this playlist, it's 1 through 5. this song is ranked 1 through 5 on this playlist. So this is going to tell me that, okay, this playlist is really built around this specific song, or the people on this playlist really like this song. So these are like my top playlists that I really want to be on. So if I go over here to the right, I see, see the 5 playlists. And then what I end up doing is clicking on it. Oh, I don't actually have the right version of this. I'm using the free version, so I can't really click on it, but that's not a problem. What you can do is go over to Spotify itself, type in Wine Bar, I think it was the name of that, and it'll usually pop right up, same picture, so that's the right playlist. And this is a Spotify editorial playlist. It's not very likely to get on Spotify editorial playlist right off the bat, but it is something that you would want to take note of as a playlist that you want to be on. So what I did is I built this Airtable card called Music Platform that I can actually go in. It's basically like an Excel sheet that allows you to kind of do a little bit more with the way you click around. And essentially you could get on here, and I put in all the playlists that Men I Trust was on, that song by Men I Trust was on at the time that I released it. I don't even think it was on that Spotify editorial, but I typed in the title of the playlist. It's on Spotify. I put the other artists, including Men I Trust, that were on that playlist, and then I put who that contact of that playlist was. Now, the point that I'm making about editorial playlists is you can still put that on this list because it's something you want to mention if you're reaching out to Spotify before you release a song, and you go through the release process. You say, this is the type of playlist that my song would sound good on, and it's doing well with some of the songs that are on that playlist on other playlists already. So when I do a waterfall release, when I release my next song, I'm going to release AWOL again, and when I release it, I'm going to submit in there that Wine Bar is one of the playlists that I think I should be able to be on from an editorial standpoint. But what's more likely is on Chartmetrics, you're going to find a bunch of playlists that are made by random people. 5.4K followers, tell me why your hands ... are cold, which is literally a lyric from that song. So this playlist is somebody who's a big fan of that song. And so what I would go to is back to Spotify and search for that playlist. There we go. Tell me why you're... Oh, no. It went to the lyrics. There it is. Okay, so now I found it, and now the person's name is Seeing Stars. This is where this becomes work, because a lot of times the people don't put their real name here. But what you can do is still go to... you can't copy this, but you can still go to Instagram and just see if you can find someone by the name of Seeing Stars. And they'll usually have like the same profile picture. Probably should have planned out one that actually ended up working. Let me take this off the screen so I can log in. Okay. So here you'll see, I'm gonna search for Seeing Stars. That looks like similar artwork. I'm gonna click on this one. That's probably not them. So I'm gonna just fast forward this part of the video until I find a playlist with the right person. So let me just go to playlist. These are some playlists that I landed on. So Space Song Vibes Only. Let's use that as an example. This is a better example. Go to Space Song Vibes Only on Spotify. Space Song is another song that I felt was a good fit for my song, and it's on a lot of playlists with it. Okay. Katie Rose was her name. I saw her picture, saw her name, went to Instagram, searched Katie Rose, and a similar profile picture, I think the same as the Spotify picture. And she has a page or a link right here to pitch songs to her playlist. And so what I did is I went through and I did that. However, before doing this, I realized that this was through a program. Um, I forget the name of this one. Playlist Push. So this is through the program Playlist Push, and they're gonna take their cut if you go straight through this track list thing and you this form and you fill it out, and they're gonna pay like charge a bunch, and then they're gonna try to pitch you to a whole bunch of other playlists. This process that I'm showing you is really kind of your own playlist service. So what I did is I sent Katie a DM, and this is prior to, I don't even think she had that link up. I sent her a DM and I was just basically like, sent the same message that I was sending everyone in my email. But first I was like, hey, do you own the playlist? Yes, she does. And I was like, yes. I was excited. She was one of the first people that I met. I kind of used that same pitch that I'll show you through the emails, but I sent it. I told her who I am. I told her what my artist name is and what I'm doing with this song, and I think it's a really good fit. It fits with these songs on your playlist. Are you open to submissions? If so, can I share a private SoundCloud link to whatever avenue you prefer? She said, yeah. So I sent it. I mean, I'm literally trying my best to, make a good impression. And she goes, thank you for the kind words about the playlist. Obviously, everyone loves to hear that they're smart and they are good at curating music. And it's not a lie. It's the truth. Her playlist is dope. And it's just a perfect fit. And so we bonded over the fact that we both like this music, this style of music. And I let her know. And she was wondering if, like, she thought since I DM'd her instead of going through the link, I guess, that I was just trying to get it for free. And I'm like, no, I'm willing to pay you directly because I know she doesn't want to give up a cut of her playlist to somebody else on the platform. And, like, she had some really cool, like, feedback about the song. And I'd be down to put this on my playlist when it comes out. And I was like, awesome. When it comes out on Thursday, this day, this time. And we just kind of kept talking about the music. And then, boom, she told me how to pay. When it came out, I let her know. I paid her. And then she just asked me again. I didn't even see that in July if I would be down to do a discount on her playlist. And so I will definitely be hitting her up when I release this next song and let her know I will do that. I'll go through Playlist Push. I'll do the discount if it's still available, whatever. But I got another song coming out and let's move. And so that's kind of how the process works. You just got to really build up a long list of playlists. This is literally for one song. I put all these different playlists by going to Chartmetric, finding specific songs, starting out with the Show Me How by Midnight Trust. And then on those playlists, there are 100 other songs that'll probably be a good fit that live on their own playlist without that song. And so I went through, and one of the other songs I found was like a song by Joe, I think that's how you pronounce it, DJO. And I found that song, and it had so many different playlists, and some of them, like these ones right here, Midnight Trust wasn't on. And so I added them, found out who the contact was, sent, like, either found their Instagram, found their Facebook, found their email, however, and I reached out to them on every avenue I could with that same message, and some of them responded. And so from Katie Rose, and I'm putting all the details on all these playlists, like how long is it? This one was 16 hours long, because that's gonna mean that I'm not gonna get a lot of plays on here, because even though it's 5 to 10,000 people, which is kind of a lot of people, 16 hours worth of music, it's gonna be random and hard for me to get on there. Some people will let you pay more to get higher up on their playlist, so you're in one of the first 10 songs. So new people playing the playlist from the first 10 minutes or whatever are gonna catch your song. Make sure you get more plays. Just have that conversation with them. Campbell was actually somebody who ended up putting me on her playlist literally like a month ago. And it's really funny because like if you go to my Spotify for artists, you can see where I got this big bump in my streams because she finally responded to me in December when I sent her this message back in March. And so you got to send a lot of messages because some people may not even get to them for a long time. So I would say start an Airtable. If you reach out to me, I can send you probably the template for this Airtable, so you don't have to start from scratch, and you can just type in whatever playlist you have and whatever song you're trying to, do. Like I just built these, and so when my next song comes out, I'm gonna just add "Trip Through Nature," which is the next song that I'm gonna drop, and then I can put all these playlists if they fit. I can put Trip Through Nature on these playlists as well, and then I can filter for any playlist that has Trip Through Nature as a song that I want to promote it, and then it'll remove all the other ones and just show me the ones that I'm gonna send messages to for Trip Through Nature. And so I'm not starting from scratch the second time because I still have all these 100 or so playlists. I was helping the homie PSL Kwame out, like giving him a list of playlists as well that I think he would fit on, just to kind of show him this process. But these are all different playlists that I'm going to be pitching to, and then I'm also going to continue this process and start over with a new song. So the other piece of this is like, okay, your song's genre now. It's a good song. Exactly what the genre is, and you want to just be even more sure. One thing you could do is go to this website, which is cyanite.ai, and you can upload your song. I don't even know what my login is to this. Let me see. Okay, you can upload your song. It's gonna like evaluate the song. It's gonna see what BPM key and all that's in. Um, it's gonna take some AI notes, like how much vocals are included, what is the different instruments sound like. This categorized it as jazzy hip hop, contemporary R&B, pop rap. So these were also help. This was also helpful. What you could also see about this is it's gonna give you songs that it thinks fit well with this song. Um, Not exactly sure where that piece is. And I didn't even see playlist matching. This is updated since the last time I looked. Um, the last time I used this, it didn't have playlist matching. So now I can use this. I can now go to all these playlists and be like, hey, I was told, through AI that this was a good website for me to put this song on. It would be a good fit. And now I can go to these. But what I did was I found a song on one of these that this thing had provided to me. Let me see if I can find it, if it's still on here. Anyways, it provided me a song. I thought it was really close to my song. Found that song's playlist, found this artist. And another cool thing about this is you become fans of a lot of different artists through this process. You find a lot of music that you would have never found otherwise that you can add to your own playlist. You can reach out to some of these playlist owners are artists who are creating these playlists for their own music, and they've got a bunch of following on there. And if they vibe with the music, which if you guys make similar music, they probably will, they'll throw you on their playlist a lot of times for free. So can't really find the song that I had found on here, but either way, I took that song, put it into chart metrics just like I did with the others, and I was able to um, build out a lot of different playlists that were able to add me. So I got 5 to 10K on Katie's, and 1 to 2K people listening on Campbell, and Billy added me, who's a really big playlister. He has 100K plus people on his playlist, and he was able to. Oh no, I'm sorry. I don't think I got added on that. But these are people I contacted. So I clicked when I contacted them, and then here we go. Since Campbell was new, then I clicked that they accepted me, and now later I can filter for playlists that accepted me, and I already have a relationship with, and I can go back to them and ask them to work with me on my next song. Um, so that's cool. This one here is Time Even Real. She offered a premium placement, which she put me for $35 in the top 5 or 10 songs on her playlist, which has 10 to 15K listeners. So what I did is once I got accepted to all these playlists, $25, $10, like here and there. This is pocket change to get yourself the exposure that you need as an artist. I was able to um, create the amount of like foundation for me to have to be. I'm sorry, the foundation that I needed as an artist to start getting streams. Because last year I probably had 5 listeners monthly on Spotify. This year I'm somewhere around like 3,000 monthly, but like over 45,000 individuals have listened to my music over the past 9 months, just since this one release. Now imagine you're doing that for every single song, and you're releasing a song every 2 months, every 3 months, every few weeks, so however often whatever your release schedule looks like. Then you start to see that get to the millions real fast, because each of these songs is taking on a life of their own simultaneously. So like if I had released 10 songs and done the same exact process last year, that's 1 million streams from, based on the 100,000 that I did get. And so that's my plan this year. How do I release 10 more songs and do the same process and get the same type of results, and get that to a point where now you have 1 million streams, and when you are submitting a new song, Spotify is gonna look and say, who is this? And they're gonna actually consider you for the editorial playlist, which will just boost you and take you to the next level, because those editorial playlists are typically, there we go, 20 to 50K people, 100K plus people, and you're just gonna have so much more exposure for your music. So I hope this is helpful. I think that's about everything. But obviously, I'm here for those who receive this video or watch this video wherever it ends up. I might put it on YouTube. Might just be something private that I send to my friends who also make music, or manage people who make music. Either way, at the end of the day, let me know if you have any questions or anything on this entire process, or if you want this template for Airtable so you can start putting in the information for the playlist that you want to be on based on the songs that your song fits well with. And then good luck. So yeah, I think that's it. I think that's everything that I needed to put in here. I'm sure there may be some things that I left off, or some questions that this process brought up. So feel free to shoot me a message, text, comment, wherever this ends up, and I'll try to answer it. And hopefully we can work together to have some success in our music. So until next time we speak, thank you. Good luck.